Raws, Friday Night SmackDown, whatever, Thursday Night SmackDown. ECW events concluded with the SmackDown events, but I have to say, top match I've seen live, hands down, Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker, ladder match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Hands down, this match was nasty. I mean, it was in Manchester, New Hampshire, July 2nd, 2002, 2003 maybe. But Manchester, New Hampshire, Verizon Wireless Arena, Monday Night Raw, main event, just hands down, these guys just went out there and just lit it up. Hands down. I mean, there was one point where not Triple H, but Undertaker takes a steel chair and just wraps it around Jeff Hardy's head, and you know it had to have hurt. If I remember right, it's on the ladder match DVD, so if you want to watch this match, go back and watch it. This match is just hands down my favorite. Now let's see. Favorite pay-per-view I've been to. I've been to two. I've been to Survivor Series 2008. That was good. But hands down, my favorite pay-per-view has to be my first pay-per-view. I went to Backlash 2005 at the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. I went with my dad and my best friend Sean. It was our first pay-per-view together. It was our first event together. Actually, no, it was our second event all together. Because me and my friend Sean and my dad all watched wrestling when me and my friend Sean were growing up. Me and my brother and my sister used to watch it back in the day, but they went away from it. They didn't like it anymore. But hands down, Backlash 2005. I mean, actually I've been to three. Sorry, I went to Royal Rumble 2011. But hands down, 2005 Backlash. You had a tag team turmoil match. Won by not Jamal, Rosie and Hurricane won it. You had Kane versus Big Viscera, Mabel, aka Big Daddy, Man Tits I call him. I know it's kind of funny since I got the moves, some people call them. But this was a pretty good match. Two big men, kind of slobbery looking, but it was a good match nonetheless. Then you had of course, in the corner of Big Viz, you had Trish Stratus, and in the corner of Kane, at the time, her husband, Lita, at, in the match. So, and you see Lita at the end of the match just nail Trish Stratus in the head with the chair and the, with a chair with her crutch. She had a crutch at the time. I believe she was coming back from her knee surgery. This was Backlash 05, right after WrestleMania 21. And then you had... It opened up with Chris Jericho versus Shelton Benjamin for the Intercontinental Championship. Great match. Back and forth. Didn't know who was going to win it. And even when you saw the end, you were like, holy crap, I can't believe it was won by Chris Jericho. Or no. Maybe it was won by Shelton Benjamin. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at it again. And then you had Last Man Standing, Chris Benoit versus Edge. Oh my gosh, this match was just crazy. Just the stuff they did in this match. Especially at the end, you see Edge hitting Benoit in the back of the head with a brick. I don't know if it was a real brick or fake brick. But this was another one of those instances where Chris Benoit, at the end of the match, if you look on the DVD, I have it right here, Backlash 05. I have it right here in my hands. You see him, and he's just got this dazed look, confused. And actually, one of the coolest moments of the match, they came out to the outside, and I was right there. But this jerk security guy was blocking me, or else I would have been on TV or on the pay-per-view. And I have this picture somewhere in my collection somewhere of Benoit. Almost like dead-on headshot of him. but he's kind of got like his face is like cut off of it because the security guard was blocking me. But that's beside the point. And then let's see what other. Oh, of course, you had the tag team match of the the 80s and early 90s. The two guys that were on top of the company in the 80s, capturing the WWF title in 84 was Hulk Hogan. And you had the guy who captured it many years later in the mid 90s, 96, when Shawn Michaels captured the title. So you had Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan tagging up to go against Muhammad Hassan and Daivari. It was USA versus Iran, Iraq, Middle East, whatever you want to call it. It was won by Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels. So, and then of course they went off and had their feud at SummerSlam. So, a couple weeks, I can't remember if it was the next night or a couple weeks later, Hulk Hogan turned on Shawn Michaels. So I got to see that match, which was pretty cool. And then for the main event was the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista versus Triple H 2. This was a really good match. Just all in all, this pay-per-view, that's why I picked it as my top pay-per-view that I went to. Just all around, I give it, if you want to go check it out, Backlash 2005. And of course, there's the cover, Triple H. And of course, this was a homecoming for Triple H. Triple H might now live in Connecticut, but he was born and raised in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm from Loudon, New Hampshire, which is about maybe an hour away from where Triple H grew up in New Hampshire. Not in Connecticut. He grew up in New Hampshire. He's a Granite Stater. My next thing, what do I want to do now? Favorite Royal Rumble match. Favorite Royal Rumble, I'd have to go with the year that Benoit won it. I was a big Chris Benoit fan. God rest his soul. I know everybody calls him a killer, whatever. Honestly, we don't know what was going through his mind. We don't know what happened. We don't need to know the circumstances that led up to it. There's been a lot of speculation, but just the year that Benoit won it, I've been a big WCW fan, watched him grow up in the WCW, then him, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, and that's it. The Radicals, they came into WWE together. And these guys worked their asses off through ECW, WCW, Japan, Mexico, all together. They all worked together and they came to WWE, and that was just great. But definitely the year that Chris Benoit won it. I mean, you had at the end, you had him had a headlock on Big Show, and Big Show fought it, and Benoit was fighting to get Big Show out, and he finally did it. And you see Benoit winning it, and then of course going on to WrestleMania to capture the WWE Heavyweight Championship from Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Yeah, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Benoit, Triple Threat, WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Gardens. But of course, but that's beside the point. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, favorite, favorite, I don't think I did that. I think I already did that one. Favorite moment in WWE history? Well, there's been a lot of them, but favorite WWE moment? I don't know. I can't say. I'm trying to think about it, but it would take me too long to think about it. But I'll go with my favorite WrestleMania. Favorite WrestleMania, I said that hands down dollar was 17 for my favorite pay-per-view. but my favorite WrestleMania was